Once upon a time, there lived a man and his wife. The wife was pregnant with their first child and, like many women when they're expecting a baby, was finding it very difficult to eat. She grew very thin and tired, and the husband was very worried about her. They lived in a house next door to a witch. The witch had a beautiful garden and, in this garden, grew some delicious-looking lettuces. These lettuces looked so delicious that, despite her illness, the wife said she would like to eat one. One night, desperate for his wife to get better, the man sneaked into the witch's garden. He stole some lettuce and made it into a salad for his wife. His wife ate it all, then asked for more. The man was delighted that his wife felt able to eat, at last. But he knew going back to the witch's garden would be very dangerous. She was very, very powerful. He loved his wife more than anything, though, and so, determined to make her better, he went back to the witch's garden at nightfall. He climbed over the wall, found another lettuce to steal, and was just about to climb back, when he heard a shout of anger. "Thief!" shouted the witch. The man begged her for mercy. He explained that his wife was unwell and that she was expecting a baby. "Your lettuces are so delicious," he said. "They're the only thing she can eat." The witch considered this. "You can have the lettuce," she said. "But, in return, you must give me the baby." The man and his wife did not want to give their child away. In one version of the story, they try to flee and escape the witch, running far away to a place where they think she won't be able to find them. But, sure enough, on the day of the little girl's birth, the witch appears. Ready, waiting to claim her prize. In every version of the story, the witch takes the baby and raises her as her own daughter. She named her Rapunzel, after the plant the woman craved. When Rapunzel was 12 years old, the witch locked her in a tower in the middle of a forest. As Rapunzel grew, so did her hair. It was so long that, when she leaned out of the window, her beautiful tresses reached the floor. Whenever the witch came to visit, she'd call, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair, that I might climb that golden stair." Rapunzel then threw her hair down and the witch would climb up. One day, a handsome prince happened to be in the forest. He heard a beautiful voice singing. He followed the voice and found the tower. As he watched and listened, he heard the witch call out to Rapunzel. He saw the hair fall and the witch climb up. The prince waited for the witch to leave before calling out to Rapunzel himself. He climbed up, met Rapunzel, and began to visit her every day. They soon fell in love. The prince asked Rapunzel to marry him, and she said she would. Together, they hatched a plan for her escape. Every night, the prince visited her, bringing with him a scrap of silk. Their plan was that Rapunzel would gradually weave the pieces of silk together into a ladder. However, before she was able to finish, Rapunzel herself gave the game away. One day, as she helped the witch over the window ledge, she said, "You know, you are much heavier than the prince." The witch flew into a terrible rage. She cut off all of Rapunzel's hair and threw her out of the tower. Rapunzel was left to wander around in the dangerous forest, alone. Then, the witch gathered the hair and waited for the prince. That night, the prince turned up, as usual. When he called, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair," the witch lowered the tresses she'd cut from Rapunzel's head. When the prince reached the top, the witch let go of the hair and let him fall all the way to the ground. The prince landed in sharp thorns. They scratched his eyes and left him blind. He wandered for a long time in the forest, alone. In some versions of the story, this goes on for years. But then, finally, he heard something. It was Rapunzel's song, the song that had first led him to the tower. He followed her voice and they found each other. Rapunzel cried with happiness. When her tears touched his eyes, he discovered he could see again. Rapunzel and the prince returned to his kingdom and lived happily ever after. In some variations of the story, Rapunzel is with two children, twins, a boy and a girl. The twins are the prince's children.